Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're back. And how are you guys enjoying the roads right now? The roads are kind of craptastic.
You know, honestly, I'm not too worried about them. I have a shit box of a 2006 Malibu Max, and my side fairings underneath my doors are like duct taped on, and I do, however,
didn't realize Shitbox was a model.
I do, however, have okay tires on my car. So I should be worried about it, but I'm not.
Well, the roads, it's really off and on. It's mostly the back roads right now that are like trash.
Yeah.
The main roads aren't actually that bad. Like the past couple years, if you've been complaining about winter in Michigan the past couple years, something's wrong because we've had some pretty tame ones, honestly. Like I remember being a kid, like we should have had snow days where it was like, 2 fucking feet. And then, Orchard View and all them are like, yeah, just come to school, and now it's like the complete opposite. It's like we have promises of like half a foot. And they're like, oh, we got to shut the roads down. We got to shut the schools down. I don't know. I really, I envy, I do not, how do I put this? How do I put this? I would never want to be one of those people that have the control over when they shut a school down. I never want to be that person. I feel very bad for that person because it's really weather dependent, obviously. And if you get it wrong, people are going to be pissed. And if you get it right, people are going to be pissed. There's no winning in that job. There's no winning.
Yeah, we've had a bad run with both of our cars lately. As you guys know, they've both been in the shop for just stuff. One's under warranty, so they took some of the brunt off of it. The other one's just like I don't even drive it, and it's going in randomly for weird stuff. I don't know.
It's charging right now.
Yeah.
Currently charging.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's part of it's the cold weather is, obviously impactful. And, over all this COVID stuff, a lot of people are going electric. So Amanda's had electric vehicles all over her radar too, with the gas stuff and everything. That's the rage right now. People are going electric. Yep. And
I wouldn't mind doing it. It sounds fun.
People are even converting old cars into electric cars. Yeah.
Really?
Which may very well be another topic we throw out there for a podcast.
Not to make that one sound less cool, but I would love my dream car, the 1970 Chevelle SS. I would love that to be electric. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but the only thing is, it takes away from that guttural, throaty exhaust note that makes...
That's one of my favorite parts about it.
A muscle car.
Yeah, it's hard to say it about a muscle car. It's changing.
Okay, just picture this. An electric Hellcat.
Fast as fuck.
Meow.
Right, but it just goes, it's just like, oh, here comes the electric Hellcat.
You just hear the road sound from the tires making contact. That actually brings up a particular topic that I have.
Say what?
Oh, a topic?
So thank you.
Oh.
A topic. Big surprise.
Is it a hot topic?
No. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Not the store hot topic. That'd be weird. Tesla, speaking of electric cars, Tesla recalled nearly 500,000 cars for specific safety issues.
500,000 cars.
500,000.
500,000. And when you say it like that, it sounds more than 500,000.
Did they specify said specific safety violations?
Oh, damn well they did.
Let's and I don't know what the median sale price on a Tesla is. On the high end, they're about $130K if you're getting tricked out, ludicrous plaid, blah, blah, blah.
They discontinued Plaid, didn't they?
I thought they did, but I don't know, man. There's still YouTube videos of people doing videos with them, so I don't know. And then you have on the low end, there's like the Model 3, which is an affordable one. Let's just say the median price is like 65 grand, which I feel like is low, but let's just say 65 grand times 500,000.
That's a big number.
That's a really big number. Is that 32 trillion?
32,500,000,000. Oof. So, the two things that they did recall vehicles for, the first one, they recalled 356,000 Model 3s. Made between 2017 and 2020. Because if you opened or shut the trunk, it could damage the rear view camera cable harness.
Okay.
And render that camera broken.
Okay. Which is a problem.
Which is a huge problem because it uses that camera for like the autopilot.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge safety issue.
Yeah. So it's a it causes a glitch that keeps the rear view camera image from displaying. So it just like it breaks that camera. And this is the one where you're going to go, holy shit. Tesla is also recalling 119,009 Model S's made since 2014 because of a frunk latch. A frunk, I don't know if you know what that is. Frunk, front trunk. Defective front trunk latch that could have the hood popping up unexpectedly while driving.
Oh, wow. I don't know if anybody's ever had that happen before, but it is a scary thing. I've had it happen once to me. Did not shut my hood all the way. Paid for it while I was highway driving. Luckily, I was the only one on the road at the time. I was able to safely pull over, shut the trunk or the hood. But it's a scary thing. It's a very scary thing.
Now, I will say, if that's going to happen on any car, at least I had to pick a car for it to happen, it'd be a Tesla because it has, I think they're like the industry standard for safety, like over the top. Like your insurance is, you get a really good deal on your insurance if you drive a Tesla, just because I think they're like S tier, everything across the board, safety wise. Yeah, so
it's the Nokia phone of cars.
Yeah. So Steve, the partner with the security company, he has a Model S and he's got like a high-end one with Ludacris and all the bells and whistles. He bought it brand new not that long ago. Pretty sure it's brand new. He said the insurance is it's small in comparison to his big, huge truck that he has that he bought new years before that. Like he has a really nice truck.
Yeah.
And it's like negligible. It's like I want to say his brand, and this is a 6-figure Tesla that he has.
Right.
And I want to say he pays like a little over $100 a month or something. He said yeah. And it's because of all
insane.
Because it's, at the end of the day, it's the safest thing on the road as far as industry standard goes.
Right.
Aside from an airplane, it's the safest way to travel.
Yeah. Unless your frunk flies open.
Is that even a problem if it's self-driving though?
See, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Like if you're in autopilot mode and your front trunk just flips open and like crashes through or breaks your windshield. Okay, cool. It's driving itself.
Looks like it's going to be a little colder of a drive.
Right.
Well, I think too that'd be also there's imagine if I have it on the highway though, like when the wind catches that thing, like you could probably very easily tear it right off.
Oh yeah,
smash right into your windshield, and
or even fly off and start create an accident.
Yeah,
something of that.
Nothing reported though that any like this that actually happened though. It's just it was the potential.
I have to assume that because that they're recalling these things, it had to have happened at least once. Because like nobody's got that great of foresight ever. Like that's not a thing. You can't just like look at your product and go, "Oh, this could happen."
Now these were two different model cars for the recalls, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
These are two different model cars for the recall.
Yeah, there was a Model
That's
S and the Model 3.
Okay, I was gonna say, how crappy would it be to be the unlucky person with both defects? But, but
Right.
no, that's two different models. Okay.
And then the other thing, bummer for Tesla owners. I'm sorry to break the news to you, but you probably already know. Tesla owners will no longer be able to play video games on their consoles while the car is moving.
I mean, that's okay in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
if you have a screen that pops out in the back, I feel that should be fine for you to do that type of thing, play on a console. But your screen on your front while you're driving, no. This is terrible. This is a terrible idea. I'm gonna get my stream time in while I'm riding across state. That's a great idea.
One of my buddies fell asleep with the autopilot on. He traveled 150 miles
across state.
before he woke up.
150 miles.
Yeah, pretty sure that's what it was. Around that, it was over 100 miles. It was like in the mid. Yeah,
You're not supposed to do that. But you can. But don't.
yeah. He's on the highway the whole time.
I thought you're supposed to like touch the wheel every now and again, and it's like
I don't know how he pulled it off. Yeah, that's what I was under the impression of, and I believe him when he told the story. So I don't know if maybe he fell asleep with his hand.
maybe his hand was slightly on the wheel. You never know. That's crazy. Oof, that's scary to me. I don't think
a little bit.
I feel like anytime I'm in the driver's seat and I fell asleep and I wake up, I feel like I would have that. Like, you ever drive and then you start kind of fading, and then you wake up and you're scared because you're like, holy crap, how long were my eyes closed? That scary feeling, I feel like I would have every time waking up in a Tesla while I was moving and I'm in the driver's seat.
So when I was about 26 years old, I worked third shift and I was going to see my girlfriend in Traverse City. And it was a Friday, and I decided that I was going to drive to Traverse City, which is a 3-hour drive from where I live, in the morning. She was a school teacher, and she said, we're talking on AOL Instant Messenger back then. And she says, I'm going to leave I'll leave the back door unlocked. When you get here, just come in. Then, I was wide awake when I was talking to her. I got out of work. She was going into work, and I was getting home from work. So it was, we're having a conversation that I'm wide awake. I'll just make the drive right now, and I'll get there and sleep. That way I wake up and, have the weekend. So I remember the last thing on the highway thinking I need to swing over and get a Coke or something. And then airbag punched me in the mouth. And
Oh, no.
I had the cruise control on, I think 80 on the highway, fell asleep and rear-ended a semi. That was probably going 55, 60 because their speed limit is different than the other vehicles on the highway. And I pulled the car over, found out the truck driver lived in Traverse City, and I hitched a ride with him. Still made it there. Car got towed and everything. And I helped him with his deliveries. I helped him unpack and load everything. He was really nice. We did the tires. For him, it didn't do anything. Like the tires, I think I flattened one of his tires. There's some service that comes and repairs those. Yeah. Like while they're on the side of the road. That repaired them. And then we were just talking, told him what happened. The cop came and, found out I think I got a ticket for it though or something. It wasn't the end of the world, but it was kind of scary. Imagine if I would have gone off the road either way. It was probably fortunate that I ran into the back of a semi. Dangerous, probably, but in hindsight, probably the best outcome. And he and I kind of broed out. He's an older guy. I'll never forget it, man. Really nice guy. But yeah, I was helping him with his loads. I was unpacking the trucks with him and everything, kind of like, I think that was my way of too saying like, hey, sorry about that. But,
Sorry about screwing your day up a little.
Yeah, that's those semi trucks. They go through a lot of abuse, and the driver probably wouldn't even know it. For anonymity, that's how you say that word, right?
yeah.
Anonymity.
Nailed it first try.
Anonymity.
Yeah.
Yes. Somebody I know who drives a truck, while they were training, their trainer was in the truck with them. There was a car that was parked where it shouldn't have been parked, while the semi was trying to make its way into a store parking lot to make a delivery. And the trailer of the semi ran over this parked car and flattened it to the pavement. It was fully loaded, 80,000 pounds.
Oh, that was it.
And flattened this car into an oil spot on the ground. And the driver and trainer didn't know it until somebody pulled up next to him, flailing their hands out their car window, going, dude, you just ran over a car.
You know, one thing that happens every year, I'm not sure where this overpass is. It's it might be on the way to Grand Rapids. Like a semi hits it every year.
Yeah. Yep. I know exactly what overpass you're talking about. It'll peel the top of trailers right off.
And I guess that happens on an annual basis, probably more than once, even from what I've heard. But it's pretty frequent.
Yeah.
It's low enough, and people. It always does. It ever give you the heebie-jeebies sometimes when you're right next to one, and it looks like it's real close when it's going out? Like you're just like, oh, here it is. I'm going to be right next to it when it happens.
I can't imagine that there's a semi service that doesn't have that specific road, like, not as a warning. Hey, don't take this route.
Don't take this highway.
Go around this overpass.
Yeah.
And then get on the highway. Like they have like Qualcomms and shit, and like they have constant contact with people who can make like different routes for them. And like there has to be something there that like, hey, don't go here, you'll fuck our shit up.
Yeah, because on a lot of apps and stuff now too, it'll tell them way ahead of time if there's an accident or if they should reroute, heavy traffic.
Speed traps even.
Yeah. So you would think there'd be some sort of like permanent exclamation point that the height to like, let's say it's 18 and a half feet or something, that it would say much reports of semis getting their skull peeled back right here. You should probably, I don't know.
Yeah, falling asleep at the wheel is no fun. I've only done it once, and it's because I went out to the Redford Theater. They were celebrating the 30th anniversary of promoting the Evil Dead film, the first Evil Dead film with Bruce Campbell. Now, what had happened was I was with two other people. There's three of us total. A lady comes out who is very pregnant. She goes, "Hey, I noticed you guys are here. Are you guys are sitting here? Are you literally here waiting for the midnight showing?" And we're like, "Yeah, why?" And she's like, "Well, I'm having some pretty bad complications with my pregnancy. My husband and I, we got to leave. So I respect your grind, and I'm going to give you our VIP tickets."
That's awesome, man.
So we got 2 VIP tickets. Out of 3 of us, 2 of us got to go in there. I actually was one of the first ones in. I got to go in and meet Bruce Campbell. It was really nice, cool. Then eventually, you don't know who Bruce Campbell is? Oh my goodness. All right. Anyways, we ended up getting a third VIP ticket.
You know
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He knows who it is.
All right.
We ended up getting a third VIP ticket for this. So everybody got to go in early. We watched the events. We watched the entire midnight showing. It was about close to 3 a.m. when we got out of there. I had to drive us back from Redford all the way back to Muskegon. I didn't even get to Lansing. Both of the people I drove with had fallen asleep.
Oh, yeah.
So from Lansing to Muskegon, I was driving on my own at being up that late.
I know who that is.
I was actually going to say, if you saw a picture of him, you know exactly who it is.
Yeah. He's in the Spider-Man films, the Raimi Spider-Man films. So needless to say, I get almost to Muskegon. I get to Coopersville. Okay. Get to Coopersville and I fall asleep I fall asleep at the wheel. It was not as severe as what happened to you. Fortunately, there wasn't really anybody around, and I ended up hitting the rumble strip.
Yeah, is that why they put those in there?
It has to be.
It has to be. Yeah, because I remember after the thing that happened to me was years later that those were on there, and my first intuitively I was like, that's got to be what those are for.
Yeah, definitely. It's just to keep you on your toes if you veer off at all too. On top of that, like say you're looking somewhere and you don't realize you're veering one way. Yeah, exactly. Hey. But yeah, we hit the rumble strip. My buddy, who's it's his vehicle. He's the one in the car. He wakes up first and he just starts screaming. He's like, "No, Shane!" And so obviously, I try to get us back in. We ended up spinning out on the highway. Fortunately, just stopped dead in the middle of the highway. Nothing happened, no accident, nothing bad to the vehicle, and we just went on our way. I was definitely awake after that.
So for me, do you know what happened was because my girlfriend at the time lived far away, I started to notice that it was a trend that this was happening to me quite often, where it was really hard. The moment I got into any setting where there was very little mental stimulus, like let's say it was a doctor's office or anything where or like a classroom would be a good example, going on a car ride. The moment you took away mental, like I would like start to nod off. So this is the first time I ever had to do a sleep test.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to do one of those things where they hooked me. It was an overnight study and they hooked all the stuff up to me. And
I actually need one myself.
They ended up putting me on, I don't remember what it was called. I'm assuming back then it was something to the equivalent of what like Adderall or something would be. But I just could not I couldn't fall asleep at night when I took the stuff. So I quit taking it. And then fast forward to later in my life, I had I was private investigator and I had to drive sometimes, 12 to 16 hours a day if I was on a case where I was doing surveillance and driving all over the state of Michigan. And I just kind of overcame it for the most part. There's still times I would get drowsy and I'd have to I'd roll the window down and try to get turn the music up or do something to combat it. But yeah, there was a time it was real bad for me. And now I don't drive as often to where it's a problem, but
just know people, if you start to get tired while you're on the road, do yourself a favor. They have Flying J's and truck stops and stuff. Just go park there for a minute, take a small nap, anything that'll help you, because seriously, I was never that type of person to fall asleep at the wheel. The one time it happened when I was on my way back from the Redford Theater, told myself, never again, never again. Just sleep it out. Not on the road.
Unless you have a Tesla and you can go back.
Unless you have a Tesla. Hey, we've gone full circle, y'all.
Yeah, take a nap then. 150 miles, bang it out.
Bang it out, rock it.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let us know if you've ever had a scary moment where you fell asleep at the wheel and
or if you've ever had part of your car, your whole car recalled for some crazy shit. I want to know that too.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.
Bye.